Hello everybody, today is the anniversary of the death in 1652 of Inigo Jones, whose designs of gardens are probably our best known example of his work. But he was an architect, built many buildings, only a few of which continue to exist. But he was important because he brought to this country some of the classical influences, classical principles of architecture. And included them and those related styles into his buildings. But he was also described as the one who first brought Vitruvian principles to architecture, and I had to look that up. Vitruvius was someone who emphasized in the Roman period getting the right proportions in architectural design. And he extended an interest in getting the right proportions, not only to buildings, but to people. So that, for example, he thought it very important in analysing the human being, the human body, to notice that the distance between the bottom of the chin and the top of the head should be 1/10 of the person's total height, and similarly the distance from the middle of the breast to the crown should be 1/4 of your total height. He also analysed what he thought to be a perfect face. The proportions there would be 1/3 from the chin to the bottom of the nostrils, 1/3 from the bottom of the nostrils to the eyebrows, and 1/3 from the eyebrows to the crown. Well, you'll be thinking, do you fit that category? Well, I don't know whether you do, and I don't know whether I do either. Leonardo, as you know, took the idea up in a famous painting, because the other proportions that Vitruvius came up with were that if someone lies on their back and you put a pair of compasses in their navel, then you should be able to draw a circle which would extend from their head round past the extended fingers down to the toes. That should be a circle, and you could also make a square, he said, because if a human being puts their arms out sideways in the form of a cross, then the distance between the crown and the feet and the two sets of fingertips should be the same, so you've got a square. I mean, playing around with these proportions and these ways in which the different bits of our human bodies are balanced interested him. It doesn't interest me so much. I'm more interested in a different kind of balance, in the kind of proportion of our time spent on different things. I want to get the right balance between the time I spend relaxing and the time I spend working, between the time I spend being with other people and the time I spend being by myself, between the time I spend doing things and caring for other people and the time I spent doing things that care for me, between doing things which stimulate me physically and things which stimulate me mentally, and in all sorts of other ways. It's important to get the right balance, the right proportion in our lives. And so today I thought I might just think about how I spend my time to make sure that I've got the balance right, and to have it organised in such a way that gives me a healthy lifestyle, one in which everything that I do and things that are my priorities are all in the right proportion with each other and in a healthy balance.